Okay, besties, let's get into it. Grab your iced tea or your iced coffee, pull out all your cute goodies from Shein, Amazon, DHgate, or even from my beauty shop, and let's have a little girly FaceTime gossip moment. We're just chatting, sharing thoughts, opinions, and reactions based on what's been going around on the blogs and the internet. Everything here is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, let's get into it. So, boom. Let's talk about Victoria's Secret and this whole new rebrand era they're pushing, because the internet has been looking at them like, oh, now y'all want to be inclusive. Now y'all want diversity and natural bodies. Now y'all suddenly care about representation. Like, girl, where was this energy before? Victoria's Secret used to be the standard of lingerie. The annual runway show was like the Super Bowl of beauty, the glitter, the wings, the long legs, the tiny waistlines. It was this whole fantasy world. But for a long time, that fantasy came with a message. If you didn't look like this, you weren't desirable, period. And women were internalizing that. We were comparing ourselves, restricting ourselves, overworking ourselves, just trying to fit. But then social media happened. Women started speaking up. People started calling out how overly Eurocentric, body exclusive, and honestly mean girl coded the brand felt. And then when former executives were exposed for making comments about how plus-size models or trans models didn't fit the fantasy, the girls said no, ma'am. That was the breaking point. The brand's image cracked, sales dipped, and that glossy, perfect fantasy shattered. And right when the world was tired of being told what beauty should look like, Rihanna entered the chat. Savage X Fenty came in like a cultural earthquake and didn't just offer lingerie, but representation. Rihanna said, every shape, every size, every shade, every identity, come. So now Victoria's Secret is scrambling. The show got canceled, the aesthetic stopped selling. The brand didn't match where women were mentally anymore. And suddenly, they're hiring black models, plus-size models, activists, athletes, trying to rebuild their image. And the internet is like, is this real growth? Or are you copying Rihanna because your sales tanked? Because let's be real, Rihanna did it from the heart. Victoria's Secret looks like they're doing it from the boardroom. But here's the deeper layer. Savage X Fenty didn't just change a brand, it changed culture. Women everywhere started reclaiming confidence. They started posting their real bodies online. Not in a look at me, I'm perfect way, but in a this is me and I still love myself way. Confidence stopped being tied to perfection. It became tied to presence, being here, being real. Then TikTok entered the chat. Once girls started doing Savage X try-ons, oh, it was over. The trend became loving the body you actually have. No filters, no sucking in. Soft bellies, cellulite, hip dips, and confidence. Confidence became the aesthetic. And when real became the beauty standard, there was no going back. And let's talk about how influencers played a role in all this. Before, influencer try-on hauls were almost always the same kind of body. Slim, thick, tiny waist, perfect proportions. But when Savage X Fenty PR packages started going to creators of all shapes, we started seeing real reviews from real bodies. And that made people trust the brand. Victoria's Secret never gave us that level of transparency. And girl, don't forget the beauty community's role too. Makeup artists and hairstylists were calling out how they were never hired for VS shows because they weren't part of the aesthetic. Rihanna literally said everybody eats. She didn't just put black models on the stage, she put black creatives behind the stage. There's a difference. And the thing is, Victoria's Secret is trying. I will give them that. But sometimes it still feels uncomfortable. Like the marketing comes off like they're trying to prove they're inclusive instead of just naturally being that way. Savage X Fenty didn't have to announce it. It just was. And that authenticity, you can't fake that. Meanwhile, Rihanna's brand aligns with where society is emotionally. Women are tired of hating their bodies, tired of shrinking themselves, tired of trying to look perfect. The new flex is looking like yourself and loving it. Savage X Fenty tapped into that without forcing it. Victoria's Secret is trying to chase that energy, and it shows. And what's wild is we grew up thinking Victoria's Secret was the end-all be-all of femininity. If you wore that pink striped bag, you felt like that girl. But now, the girls are questioning what being that girl even means. It's not about trying to be desired. It's about desiring yourself. Rihanna reminded women that sexy is a feeling, not a size. And once a woman understands her own power, nobody can sell her insecurity again. So besties, tell me how you feel. Do you think this rebrand is authentic, or is it giving marketing strategy panic? Let's talk about it in the comments because I really want to hear y'all's thoughts and opinions. If you enjoyed this girl talk, make sure you like this video, comment, subscribe, and share it. And if you want to support my small business, check out the link in the description for beauty goodies, press-ons, and self-care items to stay cute on a budget. Support your girl, okay? So, bestie, let's recap real quick. Rihanna didn't just drop a lingerie line, she flipped the entire industry on its head. Savage x Fenty showed that inclusivity, real bodies, and confidence weren't just buzzwords, they were a lifestyle, a movement, a mood. And the girls? We ate it up. Like, finally, representation that felt authentic. Victoria's Secret, on the other hand. Well, we all saw how they were shook. They've been scrambling to match what Rihanna started years ago, but it's hard to catch. Lightning in a bottle when you weren't even trying before. Now they're hiring black models, curvy women, and influencers, and the internet is watching every move. And here's the tea. Bestie, the power didn't just come from the runway shows. It came from social media, influencers, and everyday women sharing their Savage x Fenty moments. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Girls were posting try-ons, reviews, and confidence challenges, and it went viral everywhere. Victoria's Secret, they were nowhere. Near ready for that kind of culture takeover? So this is where the story gets juicy. We're not just talking lingerie anymore. We're talking a full-on movement where confidence and body positivity became the new trend. And the internet, as always, had opinions. Influencers started taking the lead, showing that beauty doesn't come from fitting a mold, but from owning your power and your body. Honestly, bestie, once women saw themselves reflected in Savage x Fenty campaigns, something shifted. They didn't just buy lingerie, they bought validation, freedom, and confidence. And when that happens on a massive global scale, other brands are forced to play catch up, whether they like it or not. And girl, the receipts are coming. Which brings us to the next part of the story, how TikTok and influencers help Savage x Fenty explode into a cultural phenomenon, and how Victoria's Secret is scrambling to follow the trend. In the next video, we'll be spilling all the tea about viral campaigns, influencer collabs, and why this movement isn't slowing down anytime soon. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. It's about to get even juicier. And girl, let's be real. Part of what made Savage x Fenty unstoppable was how women felt seen, included, and celebrated online. When influencers started posting haul videos, TikTok challenges, and try-ons, it wasn't just advertising, it was a movement. Suddenly, lingerie became a statement of self-love, not just fashion. And the internet ate it up. Everyone was sharing their own confidence moments, and that's when you could see the cultural shift in real time. Meanwhile, Victoria's Secret was still stuck in the past, trying to figure out how to catch up with a brand that didn't even exist when Rihanna started breaking the rules. They were making announcements, hiring new faces, doing campaigns, but it came off like reactionary PR. And bestie, the girls noticed, social media didn't let them hide it. Every post, every comment, every meme called it out. It was messy, tea-filled, and absolutely entertaining. So in the next story, we're diving even deeper. We're spilling the tea on how viral campaigns, influencer collabs, and TikTok trends made Savage x Fenty a cultural powerhouse. We'll talk about why Victoria's Secret is scrambling to keep up, what the girls are saying online, and how this whole movement proves that the internet and women themselves now set the rules. Girl, it's about to get even juicier, and you definitely want to stick around for this one.